trouble, G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe! G.I. Joe is there. It's G.I. Joe against Cobra the enemy, fighting to save the day. He never gets up, he's always there, fighting for freedom over land and air. G.I. Joe! G.I. Joe is there.
G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained Special Mission Force. Its purpose? To defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
He never gets up, he'll stay till the fight's won. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe! G.I. Joe!
Yes, it's G.I. Joe. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. If you like retro toys, this is one that you'll probably like to pick up. The GIJOE Cobra HISS. Love me some G.I. Joe from back in the day. Anyway, I got this at a Walmart. I think a lot of these things are exclusive to Walmart. At least this one is. I don't know. I have a hard time finding anything G.I. Joe at any other places other than Walmart. So I guess they must have some type of licensing thing where you can find a lot of the G.I. Joe or most of the G.I. Joe at Walmart. Anyway, this is the Cobra HISS 3. I didn't realize that there was more than just the one, but there is. There's a lot of YouTube information on YouTube out there, and there is a Cobra HISS 2, believe it or not, that seems to be a more reinforced tank. And the biggest difference between this and the original HISS is really a color variant. This one happens to be blue. Anyway, this is the box. I've already taken it out and assembled mine. So everything is good to go. Let's go ahead and take a look at it now. And here we are. All right, assembly. Pretty easy. Now these are designed for really for children, so putting them together is not too difficult. Just a few pieces is basically just this comes already put together, and then we just click it on to the base, and then we just add the gun turret, which just kind of slides in this way and turn it, and then it doesn't come off, and then you get the shield that is comes separate, and you just clamp it on there and it's good to go. This one happens to have the action figure. It comes with an action figure, as most of the well, not most of them, but I guess most of them, there was a few that didn't come with, back in the day, they didn't come with the figure, but a lot of the like the tanks and the things like that did come with a figure. So this is what it looks like. Again, the difference between this and the original HISS are a couple, actually. And you're going to find this on YouTube. You can do some check out some videos out there. There's a lot of wonderful information about the difference. And there's some people that have the retro toys. I don't have any of the retro toys. It's really kind of my first retro toy that I have. I've had them before, and through moving or through something they've broken. So this is my first time that I've bought one of the retro line that has just showed up either for the last year or two. So again, the difference is between this one and the original one is the color variant. This is blue, obviously, by the look of it, and the original is black. There are some differences also in the stickers. So do a YouTube on that. There's people that have the both, and they can compare them, so you can kind of see what the difference is. Also, the tread is, as you can see, it's got some type of mud coloring on there. The original HISS does not have that. And other than that, everything's about the same. The one thing to note, too, if you have the retro line, is that apparently, and again, I don't have any of the retro figures, but the pegs are of a different, I don't know if they're smaller or larger, but the retro toy, if you have the original action figures, they will not sit in this peg nicely. So that is something to consider if you're planning to kind of display this with the original retro toys. Apparently they don't fit. But let's take a look at this a little closer. Not much to it. It's just kind of a hard plastic. So, you know, they are supposed to design for children to play. So they're supposed to be a little tough. And as I remember them, I should put mine through a lot as a child. The stickers, the sticker sheet, it does come separately. So you have to put all the stickers on. One thing to make your life a lot easier is to do the stickers before you assemble it. You can get away with all this putting the stickers after you assemble them, but I would say that you do it before you assemble, especially for this one. This one is really probably the hardest one to put on if you already have assembled it. You really have to, if you've assembled it, you really have to squeeze your finger to get that sticker right in there. So if you don't have it put together, it'll make your life easier, and you can put that on there a lot faster than trying to do it while it's assembled. And that's really your toughest one. There's this one right here, but you can set this one a little lower, so that's not a problem. And everything else, pretty easy up front, the sheet. You can either pay attention to how the stickers are on the box, or there's information on the actual sheet that shows you where to place the items or the stickers on. All right, again, nothing much to this guy. Let's go ahead and take out the figure that comes in with the tank. And this is the figure that comes with it. His name is Rip It. It's been a while since, you know, like that I've looked at these G.I. Joe toys, but I don't recall the figure having a name with the original HISS when I was a kid. I thought he was just a HISS driver, but I may be wrong. So, I mean, if you think that I'm wrong, you can go ahead and comment on that. I'm not too sure, but he does have a name. His name is Rip It, and it is listed on here. There it is. So you can kind of pause the video and take a look at all the information that's they put on there. I've got myself a one that I can go ahead and open and display, and then I actually have one that I didn't open, so I bought two. Again, this was just so I could take it out and display it just like this, and also because I wanted to go ahead and rip out or tear or scissor this out, so then I could have that in display with the tank. It's something that I did as a kid. I think most kids did that, and that was the idea. That's why there were these little cutout things were there, so you can rip out. And it was also on the action figures, so you can have kind of like a little holder or a little, you know, some information about the actual figure itself. So I had plenty of those that I remember. Let's look at the action figure. And as you can see, he does fit in there pretty nicely. Everything, there's no problem with the closing of it at all. You do have to bend his legs a little bit just to get him in there, but I didn't have a problem. Once I got him in there, kind of squished him in there, then there was no problem with the getting him in there. Oops, excuse me. Let's see, get in there. There we go. And no problem. But let's take him out. Let's take a look at the actual figure a little closely. Let's see what you get. All right. So there is some articulation, and I'm trying to go by memory of the action figures that I used to play with. It looks like a lot of the articulations is almost the same. I just remember there was a little bit of articulation here that you can turn this way. But there is just maybe a little bit more articulation, or about the same. In my original HISS driver, this was silver, if I remember correctly. I did notice that his head kind of slouches forward, so I don't particularly like that, especially if he's kind of standing up. He looks kind of like a hunchback, so he looks weird, like he's having some type of a issue with his bones or something, and he's lunging forward. So that is maybe they made it so he fits in the tank better. I'm not too sure, but definitely that's something to note if you're gonna get this. Colors are nice, all nice and blue. This looks like you can remove it, but I don't see a way to remove it, so Looks like it's a separate piece, but I don't see a way to remove it. I don't think you would want to anyway. So there's articulation on his head, up and down a little bit. Arms. Legs. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So that's the Rip It tank driver. We'll put him back in the tank here. Oh. Squish him in there. Yeah, you really have to kind of bend his legs a little bit and squish him in there to get him in there, but he will fit nicely. Okay, that's about pretty much it. There's not much to talk about other than what you're seeing here. I do like that color. At first when I got it, I wasn't too sure if I was going to really like this color. I originally wanted the blue, or excuse me, the black tank that was the original HISS. But obviously they don't have that at the store. So when I saw this, I'm like, okay, that looks just like the HISS that I remember. And so I'm like, okay, well, it's blue. I can see it by the box, and maybe, I don't know. So I took it home, opened it up, put it together, and now it's really grown on me. A lot of the stuff that back in the day, the toy line from the Cobra side was blue or black, so it fits perfectly. Really like it. It'll make a nice, cool display, or part of my display for my G.I. Joe stuff. So, all right, guys. If you have any comments, or if you just want to say hi, just go ahead and do the hi over the comment. If not, thank you very much for checking out my channel. We'll see you soon. Bye.